Hey guys, Initial Shock here, coming back with another video. I thought I'd cover the newest addition to the shotgun family, the Model 1900 Factory, and I wanted to compare it with the already widely used Model 10A Hunter. And I wanted to give you a few stats on both and see where they're the same. I will add, though, at the beginning of this video here, that the CTE is getting a patch, or has already gotten a patch. I believe it's already gotten the patch, which actually decreases the let me just bring it up here. It actually decreases the pellet count from 20 on the Model 10A, Model 10A Factory, or everything, Model 10 pellet count from 20 to 12. Also the same thing with the Model 1900 and the sawed-off shotgun, which comes with the tank class. I believe you can get it for the pilot class and the oh my god, I'm blanking, tank hunter class. So that pellet count on all those shotguns is decreasing from 20 to 12. So that just means that the shots that would come out of the actual gun, it is 20 in the regular game now, will be reduced to 12, is reduced to 12 in the CTE, if I'm not mistaken. Thus leaving the max damage, the max damage will be increased from 8.4 to 12.56. I think that's to compensate for the lesser amount of pellets that actually fires out of the weapon itself. So that was max damage, and minimum damage goes from 4.2 to 6.25. So you get a damage buff, but you also lose the shot count. So it actually makes for possibly harder to kill somebody. I know at close range you're still probably going to get wiped by all three of those models, the Model 10, the Model 1900, and the sawed-off. But I think it's going to reduce those long-range shots. You always seem to get sniped from abnormal distances with both the Model 10 and I'm finding the Model 1900. Not so much the sawed-off. I don't really see that being used much. But let's jump right into this comparison here. I wanted to do the Model 1900 first. As you can see on the screen, I was using that in this match. This is a match of Pigeons on Suez, which is basically I consider the best map in the actual game for running a shotgun. You can just rack the kills up. There's tight corners, buildings, not much room for the enemy to move around at long range. As long as you're in the little town on the outskirts, you're at a disadvantage, obviously, because you have a shotgun. But let's jump right in. The advantages of the Model 1900 right now, as it stands, are the fire rate. It shoots 299 rounds per minute, and that's just because of the reload, I believe. Oh, sorry. Yes, no. I'm contradicting myself. Yes, it says 299 RPM, rounds per minute, versus the Model 10A Hunter, which has 78 rounds per minute. That is partially due to the fact, I believe, that it only has two barrels, two shells. When you blast those off, the reload animation, it's very easy to reload. I know you have 6 in the Model 10A Hunter to begin with, but the actual reload animation is a little bit longer. Also, with a double barrel, you have those 2 triggers side by side, so it's easier to actually shoot both barrels off quicker than having to pump an actual Model 10A Hunter. Let's see. Really, that's the only advantage I see for the Model 1900. It has less upwards recoil, which I always think you can compensate for recoil in these games. If you practice with a weapon long enough, recoil doesn't really affect you, in my opinion. So let's just jump back. Let's jump onto the Model 10A Hunter advantages here, and you'll see footage coming up here near the end of the video. I picked up the Model 10A and was still wiping people with it. So still has its bluster. So this one's a no-brainer. Bigger magazine. Model 10A Hunter holds 6. The Model 1900 factory holds 2. Double barrel versus a pump. You're always going to get more in the pump. Now this is actually different. So the Model 10A Hunter has less recoil to the left and right, but only by 50%. So it's not, like I said, you can compensate for recoil when you get better at using the actual weapon itself. And the pellet cone, so the distance at which the cone spreads is less for the Model 10A. It's 1.8 versus 2.25. So that just means that comes into effect at longer ranges. The Model 1900 is better for close-up. And after that, it actually becomes the same weapon. Same max damage right now, same minimum damage. Both have the same bullet drop. Both have the same muzzle velocity. It literally is the same weapon besides the magazine. And I don't believe in the recoil. Like I said, I think you can compensate for that, but fire rate and the magazine are the only two differences with these guns. If you haven't unlocked the Model 1900, I do highly suggest you unlock it. It is excellent. It's a lot of fun to use. I use the Model 10A. I have used the Model 10A a lot in the past. I instantly, I think it was the second weapon I actually unlocked was the Model 1900 factory. And as you can see, this was only probably my second or third game with it, and it just melts people, just dummies them. So if you haven't, if you like running shotguns, I would suggest unlocking it right away because it's excellent. But looks like the film is actually running out on this footage, so I'm gonna send it out. Thanks for the subscribers, the likes. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Thanks a lot for the support, and I'll see you tomorrow.